I don't drink coffee. But I have just arrived to the country of Albania! This small country by the coast of Europe doesn't produce any coffee, but this is the country with the highest number of coffee shops per capita in the world. Here, every corner you go to has a coffee shop. 18,000 of them, one shop for 169 people, and 0 of them are Starbucks. Here, each cup costs
50 cents.
And for that price, you can buy coffee for an entire classroom without breaking the bank.
No, I'm gonna pay.
Albania is a hospitable country that has suffered from dictatorship and poverty for many, many years. If the insane amount of cheap, tasty, welcoming coffee shops don't get you to visit, then maybe the people will. That's 1 minute! See you Besa. It's a word that doesn't mean much if you're from outside of Albania. But if you're from inside of Albania, Besa is the most important word. And that word means honoring your word. In the country of Albania, if you say you're gonna do something, you do it. If you promise or Besa to return money you borrowed, you have to return it and honor your word.
You have my Besa.
And even during World War II, when Jews were killed all over Europe, Albanians gave their Besa, or their promise, to help Jews and protect them. And no matter how hard it was, they did. It was one of the very few countries to do so. Just ask their president.
I'm the president of Albania. No single Jew was delivered to the Nazis, because we are the nation of Mother Teresa.
If there's anything we can learn from the Albanians is that if you give your word, you keep it, even if it means risking your life. In a world full of broken promises, we could all use a little bit more Besa in our lives. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow, and that's my Besa. This video is about religion, but I swear to God, Allah, and Krishna that it's not negative. See, the truth is, in many countries, religion can break people apart and create an us versus them mentality. But I am so happy to say that I found a country where it doesn't. This is the story of the beautiful country of Albania. In this secular country, 4 different types of religions live in peace, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that you won't be able to tell who is Muslim, who is Christian, or who is whatever. Because when you ask them what religion they belong to, they will say,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because religion doesn't define people here. They are just Albanians living together. Ever since I was a kid, I was taught that religion is a personal thing between you and your God. And in the country of Albania, that's exactly where religion is, between people and their God. And it's beautiful. That's 1 minute! See you tomorrow! The guy you see next to me is one of very few people to do this. Yes! Here in the really remote areas of Albania, there is a family that has found a way to turn any kind of leaf, like this, or this, into music.
Are you ready?
They can play Michael Jackson, pretend to be a bird, or the police. For hundreds of years, this is the only family in Albania that can do this.
I learned from my grandfather.
Every day we see trees with millions of leaves and think nothing of them. But this family in a village surrounded by nature have turned their surroundings into a billion musical instruments. That's 1 minute!
See you tomorrow!
The guy you see next to me is very interesting. Here is why. Meet Peter.
Hey.
Peter doesn't talk much or care much. He just does tattoos. But unlike many, his tattoo shop is a bunker. This bunker was one of many built to protect Albania at times of war. And after the government fell, Peter decided to turn his bunker into a tattoo shop. In his bunker, he has no prices. Once you get a tattoo, if he likes you,
It's free.
and if he doesn't,
It's expensive.
and he has no open hours schedule either.
If you don't find me here, don't look for me because I'll be gone for good.
Tattoos are a huge commitment and they last forever. So if you're gonna get one, then you might as well do it here, in the middle of nowhere in northern Albania, in a communist bunker by a guy with a lot of talent and few words. This unique memory will last forever, just like your tattoo.
That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
Stereotypes. If you're a human like me, it sucks to be stereotyped. But if you're a country, it sucks even more. Colombia, drugs. India, poor. Africa, dangerous. This is not what I think. This is what many people in the world think, especially in the US. We stay away from these countries because of stereotypes. And I hate that. That's why I went to visit a country that is full of stereotypes. The mafia, civil war, human trafficking, corruption, and crime. This is one of the least visited places in Europe, and this is the story of Albania. The minute you arrive, you can kiss your wallet goodbye. Not because someone is gonna steal it, but because literally no one will let you use it. Albanians are known for being one of the most generous people on the planet, and that stereotype is true.
No, I'm gonna pay.
No, you're gonna pay.
It's also true that in Albania there is no religious conflicts whatsoever. You can't tell who is Muslim, who is Christian, or who is whatever.
It doesn't matter.
For them, all religions are the same, and what's not the same is the nature. With no exaggeration, no embellishment, no lies, the nature is stunning. It's just like Switzerland for 10% of the price. Albania is insanely cheap, where all of this can run you $20 only, but still not many people come here because of the stereotypes. For many years, Albania and many other countries had a rough past. They suffered from dictatorship, corruption, and civil war. To this day, you'll find 170,000 bunkers all around the country built for war. To this day, you'll find poverty and crime still. But what most people forget is that in Albania and in many other places, things improve and stereotypes die. There is no more civil war or dictatorships. The bunkers are either gone or have turned to art. Corruption is in the decrease. Safety is on the increase. And Albania is about to join the European Union and open up to a ton more tourists. Just ask their president.
I'm the president and welcome in Albania.
Only if you let go of the outdated stereotypes, you'll find a country like Albania with incredible nature, culture, prices, and people to call friends that you otherwise would never ever meet. This was not the story of Albania. This was the story of many countries like Albania that are still suffering from stereotypes. The truth is, the world is changing for the better, and our perception of other countries should change as well. Before you go, one last thing. That video you just saw, I made using this camera and this microphone. But for the first time ever, I'm ditching my camera and I'm picking up my podcasting equipment. Because yes, I'm starting a podcast. It's called Nas Talks. It's free and it's only on Spotify. And if you liked that video, I think you're gonna love the podcast. Because I just wanted to make a podcast about things that I would listen to, about topics that I want to listen to. Yes, Nas Talks is 100% honest and raw and deep. And by the way, it's 100% free. So keep your money and give me your ears. Because if you liked this video, I think you're gonna love this podcast. See you on Spotify.